celebrating natural products 45th anniversary of innovation. We're going to talk about innovation from a company called B&U. And our guest is Dr. Can you imagine? Asli Samanci. Asli, it's so good to see you. It's been a couple years, right? We've done a lot of things. Asli actually had me in Turkey, and I did the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. You handed me a live beehive.
Yes.
Swarm. Huh?
A swarm.
Yes, it was a swarm. You got stung on your ankle.
Good.
Well, I didn't get. If I had gotten stung, I would have cried. So, B&U makes high quality products, both ingestibles for things like immune system defense,
Focus, longevity, vitality, energy,
and skincare as well, right? So we've talked about that, but let's talk about that a little bit. And you can go to YouTube and find our interview about propolis. But let's briefly talk about propolis. That's a byproduct of honey, or is it something that is intentionally made by the bees?
Well, it's not made by the bees. It's made by nature, collected by bees. Coming from the trees. It's a resin that bees collect from the trees. You remember resins?
Yes, sure.
These resins, not all of them, but they select special trees. They collect those resins and they bring them to the hive to seal every cell with propolis. So that's what propolis is doing. It's they polish their hives everywhere in the hive, every cell with propolis first, and then they put their baby bees on it, and then they put their honey on it, they put their pollen on it. Why? Because they're trying to protect their hive from bacteria, virus, fungus, and they're also trying to protect their baby bees and the food. It's the first protector of the bees, city of the bees, which is the hive.
Now, we ingest it. We humans ingest it. Do bees eat it as well?
They don't directly eat it. They seal it everywhere.
Okay.
And then it gets mixed into their honey and it gets mixed into their royal jelly and pollen. That's how they eat it. They eat it at the end, but it's mixed with their food. Because it gets also mixed with beeswax when it is in the hive. Then it has to be, when you collect it back from the hive, it's mixed with beeswax. So if you collect propolis directly from the hive, your body cannot digest it. It has to be extracted. And you know that we extract.
Right.
And our propolis is the only patented propolis extract in U.S.
Wow.
It's a proud.
Yeah, you should be.
To get a patent. And it's the best propolis worldwide. Why did we get a patent for it? I mean, we had been producing propolis for the last 20 billion years. So why? How? Because we collected it from a known region, which is Anatolia, and home to 12,000 plant species, and 3,800 is endemic, meaning that it's not grown anywhere else in the world.
Wow.
And we extracted it with the best technology to preserve its health benefits and to separate beeswax where our body can't digest. That's why our propolis has 98% of bioavailability, meaning that our body can nearly 100% digest our propolis extract. If it's in the raw form, your body cannot digest. It directly goes out of your intestines. And we have tested this at the university, and the raw propolis bioavailability is just 2%. So we increased it from 2 to 98.
Wow.
We get a patent for it, and it's not that side extract.
So earlier today, you gave me a bottle that it said 30% propolis. And this is something that I put into a smoothie that you concocted, you and your husband.
It's the best longevity agent.
Yeah.
In nature. And the bees are collecting. And that's the pure extract. It's the one that saved the life of my son. It's the same extract, the strong extract. It has highest concentration of pure propolis resin And once you put it in your yogurt or smoothie on a daily basis, I recommend minimum 20 drops. But after an age, like you and me, over 50, let's say,
Oh boy.
we start using 40 drops daily because we need more antioxidants after an age to keep our cells healthy and clean our blood from free radicals, wastes of our cells. That's why I also consume it on a daily basis.
Mhm.
It then regulates our blood sugar. It gives us natural daily energy, vitality. It cleans our body from toxins. It We look more shiny.
Mm.
Our skin looks better, and also it helps us focus on our daily business. So it improves brain performance as well. It regulates our metabolism. Also helps our digestive system.
It seems like a it does everything almost.
Because antioxidants our body cannot produce. We have to get them from nature. And the best antioxidant source is nature itself, meaning plants. And we collect the highest antioxidants from plants already. That is why, if you get it on a daily basis, your body, your number of healthy cells improve, and the dead cells and bad cells, you get rid of them by the help of propolis. So you get better and better every day. Also supporting your immune system as well.
Which is a good thing. We should just mention your son, who I believe is still in England, going to school.
At school. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to school, and he had a problem when he was younger, and you saved him.
I didn't save him. I mean, bees and nature saved him.
Okay.
But I just found it.
Yeah.
So how did it happen? My client, my first son, he was having high body fever problem very often when he was born. Even though my mother and father, they are pediatricians, doctors, there was no cure, and he was always given antibiotics because of the high body fever problem to relieve it. And after an age, like 5 years, his body started bleeding on itself. So one day when I woke up, I started seeing dark spots on his legs and arms. And I thought, oh, what's going on? And doctor told me that his body is bleeding on itself. And it's unstoppable. It's an autoimmune disorder. And I visited 18 professors uh, until the case was diagnosed. And the last doctor who diagnosed the case, he told me, Asli, why don't you give them propolis? Because your husband is a beekeeping expert, agricultural engineer, you are a food scientist, doctorate degree on bees and bee products.
Wow.
Why don't you give them propolis? Because where will I find a good quality one? I said, I'm an expert. I test on all the propolis products out there on the market. They are mainly produced and imported mainly from Far East countries, mainly from China. And it's not propolis. It's fake.
Wow.
I can't trust the products out there on the market. Then he told me, okay, why don't you produce for your son then? If you don't trust the products on the market, go produce for your son. And that's how I first extracted propolis for my son,
And
the one that you're also using.
right, and that's how B&U started.
Exactly. After my son was totally healed in 6 months, it took him 6 months to recover from all of that.
Mhm.
And then I said, okay, if there is such a remedy already in nature and bees are already producing this, why no one is really collecting it in the right manner and putting it on a shelf that everyone can reach easily so that we have a chance to survive? Because there was no cure for this disease, and there are thousands of diseases known today that there are no cure for. Look at COVID-19, what happened? The first thing, people knowing my story, because of my academic background, I have a huge network.
We should mention that you have a doctorate in I guess bee science.
Yeah, exactly. I have my food science degree is all for determination of masters of food science is for determination of authenticity in bee products. So understanding if it's original, real or not, and from which origin. For example, even though the companies don't make any claim on their labels, I can understand if the bee ingredient, if it's honey or propolis from that specific region. If it's, let's say, from Mexico, or if it's from Turkey, or is it from China? I'm an expert on that as well. And my doctorate degree is on biology, again, with bee products, especially with bee venom and formulating them into skincare. So I have been working in the sector more than 25 years, both academic and also as a professional.
Wow. Well, I have here a bag of goodies. And since we've seen each other, you have some new products and they're in the bag,
I can't
right?
stop myself. That's my main problem. Because I mean, knowing that how healthy all these products, why can't I use them on a daily basis on my daily life? For example,
This is a massage cream.
yeah, the name is massage, but the effect is really fast acting pain relief for muscles, for joints,
For my back,
for your back. And I learned that you're also using this on your skin.
yes, I'm using it when I shave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how my husband also learned from you. He also started, and his skin is getting better and better over time. It's with bee venom and 11 different plant extract and propolis. It's one of the best creams that we developed.
And
Organic.
and I also use under my eyes bee venom.
Yeah, bee venom creams and syrups. This series I studied during my doctorate degree. It took me 6 years to develop the best formulation. Why? Because also there are bee venom production is part, and to produce the real quality bee venom, it has to have high concentration of melittin, which is the main active compound of bee venom. It's a peptide, and it has other peptides together with enzymes special to bee venom. The concentration is very important. That gives its effectiveness, efficiency to the final product, and it shouldn't cause any allergies on people. So adjusting these dosage and making it into a 100% natural, organic certified product took me 6 years. We also studied those formulations, the bee venom, propolis anti-aging line, on real humans who have very allergic skin. So we have proven that it's not causing any allergies, so it's hypoallergenic. And we have also tested those lines on mid to high damaged skin. What does that mean? Skin is plump. Skin has dark spots, deep lines, or affected by sun, or during pregnancy, changes of the color in the skin.
How am I doing?
Discoloration. I told you, you're getting younger and younger every year. And you told me that, hey, Asli, since I met you,
Yes.
that's the result. It's because your heart is so good as well.
Well, thank
You
you.
are creating and spreading out good energy.
So, hand cream, is that new?
Head cream, these are not new, but these line, I mean, we started the last 4 years, and this line is developing. The last line we developed in the skincare area is the propolis vitamin C dark spots removing cream, serum, toner, and also we have face wash gel. So this line, I call it yellow line, propolis vitamin C yellow line. This line has a proven effect to clear out the dark spots in 4 weeks of usage. Proven on, again, humans. We don't test any of our products on animals.
Oh, good.
All the products are tested on humans, and they have proven clinical results. So all the claims on the label has a clinical study backing behind.
And I've been in Asli's, one of your facilities, one of your labs, and we watched you do testing, and it was really fabulous. I have one more product to show, and that's it's a sunscreen.
Yeah, for face, body and for children. And also we have an after sun version of that. This sunscreen, we formulated it with non-nano mineral zinc, which is organic mineral zinc, which is also patented. It covers the skin, doesn't get absorbed by the skin, with propolis, shea butter, jojoba oil, olive oil, vitamin and vitamin B5. It's a superior sunscreen. I was allergic to sun. Whenever I went
Sure.
under the sun, I was having red spots. Can you imagine? And
Sure.
itchy. So I was so allergic and couldn't have good times on the beach. After we created that formulation together with a university who are also experts on sunscreen formulation development, this sunscreen, I wear it all together, all my body, going under the sun safely and without any dark spots, no red spots, no itchy, and the skin looks perfect.
Now, you can't see it, but Asli is absolutely here. Look this way, is absolutely beautiful,
Oh, thank you.
and
Because
her, it is true. It is true. We only have a few minutes left. What about vitamin D? We need it because we don't manufacture our own
Yeah,
humans,
exactly.
right? And most sun screens block the ability to make vitamin D. What about yours?
This doesn't block producing vitamin D. That's the best part. It's 100% natural, Columnus organic certified, leaf friendly, 50 SPF, PA4+,
Hmm.
and still 80 minutes resistance to water with the beeswax that we use in the formulation. This fits your skin, even you shower. It's hard to get rid of it, but you like the feeling. You look shiny, beautiful. Of course, your skin gets darker, and that's a sign of that you're getting the vitamin D. But you don't get red, you don't get discoloration or different colors on your skin. This is the best part.
Well, we're out of time, but I'm last year, a year and a half ago, from Turkey on our sister program, Mark Allen's Culinary Adventure, we made a smoothie. It's a smoothie I make at least once a week for my wife and me, and it's delicious and easy to make. And Ashley said we're going to be on a cooking show, but we're not cooking. So I'm charging you with finding something else that we can make that we don't cook.
Yes, let's do that. And let's use bee products, raw honey, propolis, pollen in the formulation. And it's our natural, let's create a natural sweet, uncooked, and very healthy.
And of course, we need to take care of our bees because no bees, no people.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Einstein said that when the last bee dies, humanity will have at most 4 years left to live. Why did he say that? Because bees pollinate 80% of the plants worldwide. So if there are no bees, there is no agriculture, there is no plants, no food, and humanity will die within 4 years. So we need bees to keep the green environment going, to keep humanity going, to keep the world going. So that's what we do. Our philosophy, we always say that if there are bees, there's life.
And of course, as long as they don't sting more.
We like them.
Yeah.
You remember?
That's right. If you want information, you can go to beandyou.com.
Yeah, beandyou.com. We also sell on Amazon. You can find our products at especially shots for immune system and gut health in Trader Joe's and the Cross Spray, the famous Cross Spray. And also we are selling in Walmart.com as well.
God, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Mark, I love it.
I love it too. We're going to do something very soon on the cooking show. All right, I'm Mark Allen. We'll see you next time.